What's going on, everybody? LK here today with ApologyMan for Beast Coast, and we're making not a tier list. So what I meant to say is we're not making a tier list. Guilty Gear Strive beta was this past weekend. We played for about 3 days, so not enough time to actually make a very serious, super in-depth tier list, but definitely enough time to at least share our feelings about the characters.
Yeah, I didn't get to fight all the characters like you did, I believe. So you can probably fill in my knowledge gaps where they're needed. But well, yeah, let's see. I feel like our opinions are gonna kind of differ this time around compared to like our Dragon Ball opinions, where they kind of match up for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Like between the two betas, I've played all the characters, to be fair. So like some of my information might be like a little bit outdated. Like for example, I played against Nagoriyuki a lot in the first beta, and I didn't play against him that much in the second beta. Or like how I never played against Axl in the first beta, but I played against him a lot in the second beta. So obviously I'm not gonna use the first beta to influence this, but hey, we're just gonna go. We have bro tier, strong tier, ain't tier, needs more, and then a mystery at the bottom. So I think let's just go top to bottom, I guess. Who would you put in bruh?
So this is definitely not a tier list. This is definitely the most bro tier character, I think. In the game, he's pretty out here. I think the big thing in this game is a lot of characters don't really have plus normals like that. It's like a very select few characters that can really make themselves plus the way that Soul does. You know, the move that everyone's talking about is his far slash, right? It's a block they made it even tougher to do, so doing the instant barrier versus it is really difficult. Has really low whiff, leads to a ton of damage, and it's really oppressive. Has great damage, his 5k is amazing. He's got the full toolkit, and I think it's pretty obvious that he is a step above the rest of the cast. So that's like an easy bro tier placement for me.
Yeah, I have to agree. Bruh is definitely a great way of putting it because like just like bruh, like what did you give him? So he's got the far slash S plus, and then like other characters don't have that. He has the 5k, which is fine. Like it's Soul. Soul should have that move. But in Rev, they made it slower, and then for Strive, the new game where they made everyone else's move slower, they're like, you know what we should do to 5k? Let's make it faster and bring it back to 3 frames. That's a good idea. Or another bro thing is like a lot of characters have unsafe sweeps. He used to have safe sweeps, right? He used to have an unsafe sweep. Now he has a safe sweep.
Not anymore.
What are you thinking?
I don't know.
This is just a big bruh energy for him. I feel like they made him first probably, and they're like, all right, this is what we're gonna base everyone off of, and then they forgot or something. Like I don't know. So I definitely agree with that one.
That's the protagonist, man. You know, Arxis wants to make their poster boy character good. You know, he's on the box.
That's Freddie Mercury, bro. Like I get it. He deserves that spot. If I had to add a bruh character here, it would probably be Ram.
Yeah, Ram? I think that's a pretty easy.
Yeah. But not in the same way as Soul, where Soul is just like, despite all that stuff we said about him, he is still Soul. You know, like it's not like he has some BS.
He's well rounded. Like
he has some really grimy stuff, but for the most part, he's just like a super solid all around type of character. Where Ram, so she doesn't have like the plus on block far slash and stuff like that, but for her it's like the return on stuff, like her conversion ability is really really good. And so they nerfed it compared to the previous beta, but once she corners you, it's like it's a wrap.
Yeah. No, her corner pressure is insane, and it's really easy. It's really easy to get to the corner of this game. I feel personally, you know, once you block one of her 5 slashes into the explosion, like the launch, the sword launch into the explosion, she makes herself plus. And when you're in that corner situation, it is hell. Like it is really really difficult to deal with. She has amazing damage off of like a lot of conversions, and once you get to the corner, it's so miserable versus Ram. And her neutral is just amazing. Like the big thing is like they changed Ram to be this different like in Exerd she was way different character, and now she's much more focused on shooting the swords and kind of playing around them and getting them back and trying to like break the wall, get them back again. Like it's about managing the swords. But I feel like right now it's super easy to do that. Like I feel like a lot of Ram players are just like, I'm gonna shoot them. All right, they're back. All right, I'm gonna shoot them again. Like, oh, I'm still plus. Like it's really really impressive once once this character gets going.
Would you put any other character in bruh right now or no?
No,
That's actually it for me. Yeah, that's
I think those are the most bro tier characters. They're definitely a step above everyone else, in my opinion, right now.
Okay, so who would you put in strong? Who would you put in strong?
So this one, I actually would put the first like strong tier character, and I don't even have experience versus the character. This is just from me watching watching her, and I'd actually put Giovanna. She has a lot of ways to make herself plus, and her pressure is very very strong. She has like good normals as well, so I really feel like if you can make yourself plus in this game, you're doing it. Like you're really in there. Like it's very rare, I think, to have like plus normals in this game, like just overall. So you know, if she has her +3 close slash as well, it's very strong, and you know she has like the plus like spiral arrow thing, so she's really good. But once again, like I haven't fought her myself. This is just from watching her, and I feel like she's quite strong.
Yeah, I think she's pretty strong too. I have a ton of experience against this character, and not only just like her ability to create plus frames and kind of mess with opponents on defense, but she takes advantage of the wall really well. So far, the 3 characters that we mentioned, they all interact with the wall in pretty good ways. So like if you haven't like built your routing, or if you haven't even considered, I should say, if you haven't considered like routing your combos in a certain way to break the wall when you want, with these characters, it kind of doesn't matter. Like when they break the wall, they just get super buff and they have relatively direct applications for everything. So Ram has like, I think it's like shoot your sword, PRC, and also Daro PRC. And then Giovanna has Spiral Arrow RC, and then she also gets the Dive Kick Super. She has really good uses for meter after she breaks the wall. She has the plus frames, like I mentioned, and also the way that she moves in the mid-range game is very, or at least feels like it's really designed to beat the standard Guilty Gear mid-range. Like she has that sliding dash and the really active far slash. She has a sliding DP in case that they jump at that range, waiting for your dash. So she has like responses for basically everything. She works really well in the system, builds a lot of meter too. I think she's like a really really solid character.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I really feel like a lot of people were kind of hesitant about like, oh, you break the wall and you just kind of lose your offense, right? Like the characters that can spend their meter in a way to just like get back in right away really benefit from wall breaks. If you have the like, oh, it's time, I'm just gonna do the special move in RC and get in. Like you definitely love breaking the wall, and that's actually also like a fair amount of characters. IMO, like not everyone obviously, but yeah, the Geo definitely can do that very easily.
Definitely.
So yeah, and she breaks the wall easily as well.
Trivially, yeah. Who would you put next? Strong.
I'm
leaving this in your hands. You pick
okay.
I'll tell you if I agree or not.
Yeah, okay, all right. I think the next for me, I'm gonna go, and this is just based on potential, right? I think it's Zato. I think Zato is actually quite good. I actually, it's pretty interesting because I feel like he's more neutral focused than before. He has like the Nobiru, like the frog, and I think Oppose is really good. And I think his neutral is quite strong, and he has pretty strong offense as well. I feel like the character is still really underdeveloped right now, but I think he has the potential to be really strong. This is just purely based on potential of his. I think it kind of sucks that he doesn't get a whole lot off. Like, so his jab conversion is just 5 P. It's just 5 P. I think that kind of sucks. Dude. Yeah, it'd be like that. But I'm seeing, I'm seeing.
It'd be like that, bro. Come on, dude. Mitsuru, Persona 4 Arena, best character. Her B&B is A. That's it, and no knockdown, nothing. And she's the best character. He can live. It's fine.
I don't, yeah, exactly. Like, and players were finding stuff like 5p, 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 RC, and then like Nobiru and like full screen corner carry off of it and break the wall. And he has like a lot of ways to break the wall as well with like his really good corner carry. I think he's really good, honestly. I think his neutral is amazing, amazing. And yeah, I think he's a good character. I want to put him in strong.
Yeah, I agree. I feel pretty similarly to you. He's a little bit so like he's always neutral focused though. I kind of gotta like take that back a little bit from you. It's not like he wasn't neutral focused before. Like it's pretty hard for him to combo into knockdown, right? It's actually extremely uncommon. Combo into like sweep or drill. He doesn't have like usually doesn't have combos. Like air combos into knockdown. Usually, if he does
land the command grab,
then if you do air combo, then they tech in the air and he has to like chase them in neutral. But he's good at it. So actually, in that regard, I think he's a little bit stronger in this game because like there's no air tech, so he just gets to even if it's a soft down, he gets to knock you down. But he does have a big focus on neutral. Still, like his offense is still pretty good. When he resets for most matches, when he breaks the wall, it's fine. Like then he gets a bunch of extra meter. There's a couple matchups where he doesn't want to do that. But I think similarly to you too, like his potential. So over time, I think people will start routing their combos in ways where like if they play against say Axl or something, then they won't always go for the wall break. They'll go for something else before to do something else, like things like that. So because of the type of character he is, and side note, he is one of the Guilty Gear graveyard characters. So there will be people who play Guilty Gear for a long time whose character is not in the game, so they're gonna play him. He's one of those characters. Soul is one of them too, by the way. We should have mentioned that, but so there's gonna be a lot of people on Zato just like developing stuff. So I think over time he's going to. If for some reason when the game comes out people are like he sucks, like someone finds something that's like oh he sucks, I think actually over time he's probably going to end up around here.
Yeah. Someone's gonna find some shit, and I'm actually I'm honestly thinking about like playing him. We'll see. We'll see how he develops. But he's the only other character I'm like really interested in right now. But I think he has a lot of potential to be really good. Okay.
Strong. So, next strong character is.
I'm gonna put Ky.
Wow.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. I think he's really strong.
Why?
So I have played so a player that I've fought like a lot with Ky is a 2 GB combo. He's really good with Ky. He's definitely shown me like a lot of the strengths of him. His reward is he's a little bit nerfed than the last beta, but I think he's still pretty strong. I really think getting the pressure that Ky does from like because his neutral's really strong, right? That's always been his thing. He has really strong normals, and he has the stun edge, and he has really good air normals, all that stuff, right? But when he applies the shock state too, I really think it's crazy that from a neutral, like a basic neutral interaction, you block stun edge. All of a sudden, like all his tools become way scarier. Like it is you really got to fight Ky Bar. Okay, I'm telling you, when you fight. Once you get put in the shock state, it is terrifying, and I think some of his fuzzy stuff is getting explored more. So a character like that with such good neutral, when he puts you in the shock state, gets a throw, does the blue RC like fuzzy stuff. Him having that, I think, matters way more. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Just from how strong his neutral game is. And I think pretty highly of Ky, even though he's nerfed from before. I actually thought he was like in the bro tier last patch. I don't know if that's a hot take. Yeah, no, for real.
It's a mildly hot take. It's mildly. It's yeah. Some people think he's really strong. I would probably put him in I. So I do actually agree with that stuff. But my issue is like it's all kind of like mid to late game stuff. So like especially if he breaks the wall fast, then that stuff becomes more threatening. But a lot of his stuff's unsafe and like has like big gaps and stuff. That's like my really big issue with him that I think is going to come as a problem in a bunch of matchups. One of his saving graces besides the mid late game stuff is his return though. He does a lot of damage. He can cash out damage really heavy, but I'm really worried about like his frame data on stuff in the long term, especially even before, I mean, of course, it's a different game, but like he had this issue in a couple matchups in Exerd. So, for example, versus Johnny, like leveled up Johnny, Kai can't special cancel because everything gets punished by Misfinder level 3. He just died. And I see shades of that in this versions of Kai, but we'll see long term. I think I put him in like my I tier when I did this for myself. So that's kind of interesting. That's interesting. Who else would go? Anyone else in strong, or are you done?
Yeah, I want to say I'm done. There's a couple people on the verge of I8 and strong. Once again, like
so
these are
in I8 first. You put them in I8 first, then. That's
and then we move them up later. All right. That sounds fine.
Emphasis on if. Like
okay, you gotta sell me on it then. You gotta sell me on it then. All right. So in the top of my I8 tier, I'm gonna put Mei. I think she's really good. She's Mei, right? She does a dolphin, she jumps around and acts like a gorilla. But I feel like I don't know if it's like better in the context of this game than past Guilty Gears more so. Like she has the command grab, which is really good. I just feel like if you can make yourself plus in this game, it means so much more like than past Guilty Gears. That's just how I feel right now, and she has tons of good ways to make herself plus. Her close slash is +3. She has the dolphin, the slower dolphin to make. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what Dustloop said. Unless they lied to me.
Oh, they have. Did I strive frame data on Dustloop somehow?
Yeah. It's not all fully updated, but yeah, that's what I read that it was plus, and a couple of Mei players were using it like plus.
The big one is her H Dolphin. I feel.
Yeah, H Dolphin's the big one. That's kind of the big one I'm talking about. But yeah, that I think that's really strong because I think throws are strong in this game, and she has ways to make herself plus. Like if you have those two things, you're doing good. You're doing good. Another note, I think I don't know if you know about this, LK, but if you have like a 6 frame normal, for example, right? The throw invul actually like matches up with the 6 frames, like the 6 frame normal. So as Faust, right? My fastest normal is 6 frames. If I mash 5p as fast as possible, and they run up and throw, they will grab me out of my jab. It's like SF5 basically.
Yeah, I'm aware of this.
Yeah. That sucks.
That was like the last day of the beta, because I was like, bro, like I swear to God, I am mashing like it happened so many times that after one stream, I was like, all right, we gotta just like, what is happening?
No, and the thing is even if you hit a 5 framer, like it still happens a lot. Like it's really good, and throws, you don't have to FD break to run up and throw people in this game anymore. I think
that's the other thing I realized too, is like you don't have to take that little second.
Yeah, that little green. Yeah. It matters a lot. Throws have good damage, really good damage, and they give you like a hard knockdown setup, which is like also pretty valuable in this game. So I feel like if you make yourself plus, got a good throw, you're in there, and Mei has that. So that's why I'm gonna put her at the top of I.
Yeah, you have her borderline. I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one. Nah. I don't know. I don't want. I'm gonna put. Okay. I'm only gonna put her here because everyone's just saying I don't know anything about Ito.
She's good.
I don't know anything. She's good. Just take people's word for it. Like this one, I'm just like, okay, I heard everyone say this, so I'm just putting it here.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I legit didn't play a single.
She's good. I should say she seems good. She's
got the schmixy wixy. That's good. So that's I could see that being like a big part of her being strong. So yeah, I don't know if you have any other thoughts about that, but I just haven't. I didn't fight her at once.
So she has a bunch of stuff that's kind of nice. A lot of people were complaining about the HCL change, but you just use it differently. And actually lets her attack in a spot that she was not super great at attacking before. So she can like anti-air. She has like an anti-air move that hits from like almost full screen with HCL now. His note works the same. Air dash JK is like 16 frames. JK JD still. I mean, the JD mix up is still a thing, and she gets combos off it. Anytime you block a dive, she gets air options. So this is the main way they compensated for the new air dash, because just like every other character, she's got the new air dash. So she has her hover dash, which is like the Morgan dash that we're used to seeing from her, and then she's got the new air dash. So to make her like more mobile, she can, like, if she gets you to block the dive, she can move again. And that's kind of how like they're moving around the screen a lot, and it goes really really far. And I don't really know what beats it right now. Like at least from playing like Millia versus normally it's like, okay, I can't anti-air this reliably, so let me throw a pin at it. I don't have that move right now, so so it's like, now what do I do to like fight it? It seemed pretty strong. And once she gets you down, there's no like parry, there's no blitz.
No,
most characters have slow DPs, so like once you're blocking, you're blocking.
Yeah,
so she seems pretty good.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think the next character, I'm just biased. I don't care if I'm wrong on this one. I hate Axl. This character's annoying as hell. Command grab's really dumb.
I see.
Yeah. I think this character's super good. When you block his I forget the name of the move where he shoots the chain at the bottom and then does the follow up. Rensen, right? So the Rensen follow up when you're jumping, you just get sucked into it. Like, because you know how like the air block stun is really high in this game? It just sucks you in. You get put into like a throw mix up. That's really annoying. Like, that's super good, I think. He has like really good normals. The command grab is like, at first I was like, oh, this is kind of gimmicky, I think, but I legit think it's pretty good. Like, I actually think it's pretty good. He has really good damage, actually quite good damage. The Axl Bomber Loop does a lot of damage. He has really good block strings as well. He does that one special move that puts him kind of far away, like afterwards backwards, and you can't really.
You're talking about like, the sickle thing, right?
Yeah,
but he doesn't jump. He doesn't jump backwards. He just kind of walks backwards.
He goes like Haitan, and then he goes, and then.
You know the one. He has one move where he jumps backwards, and he has one move where he just moves backwards.
It's got a hitbox, right? Both of them have a hitbox, I think, right?
Yeah, they both have hitbox. Yeah, but one he jumps, the other one he doesn't. And
he jumps. He jumps.
Okay, yeah. So I'd say it definitely makes a difference. I'm not sure about the jump one yet. I didn't get to lab that, but the ground one is extremely punishable on block, like extra punishable on block.
Yeah, I'm talking about the jump one.
Yeah.
So I played versus a good Axl player, Toki. He definitely he would just do some sort of block string, create that space very consistently. You can't really mess with that block string. Continue, like it's very annoying, and it's super annoying as Faust because I can't throw items because he just keeps shooting his stupid chains. I hate him. I feel
like that sometimes.
Yeah.
This is the Faust perspective. You actually rated him quite a bit. I actually think he's got some pretty serious problems right now.
He's got a 6-framer only too. He's got that type of problem too. So
I think he has a few really important problems, but like also he's that character. Like his matchups are so polarizing. So if you play like Sato or Faust or something, you're just like, bro, this character is so stupid. But when you play like Millia or Chip, you're like, oh, whatever, Axl. Like, what are you doing?
I see.
What are you doing?
Okay, yeah. I do want to be biased in that way because he's so annoying as Faust. Yeah.
There's a couple like pretty important things I noticed about him so far. So like when his 2P is ridiculously minus on hit, and he basically has to special cancel, and if he doesn't, you can just punish him. Like you could punish him for him hitting you with 2P, which is crazy. And they nerfed the JoJo super. They nerfed the JoJo super.
Oh yeah.
To 3 seconds, from 10 seconds to 3 seconds. It's really short.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else offhand.
Yeah, the JoJo super is pretty bad.
The JoJo super is still good. The only thing is like, it's not. It should be like 5 to 7. 10 is too long.
I think 3 is way too short. Yeah.
3 is really short. 3 you could just run that out.
You just chill. Yeah.
5 to 7 would be pretty good for him. But yeah. He's around here. He's either here or like slightly lower. I think this is another one where he's pretty rare. I played Sage 908, right? So New Jersey Sage. So he surprisingly plays Axl. Like you wouldn't think he'd play Axl, but he plays Axl.
Yeah.
And we played like 60 games or something. And at the end, I was like, this is the most I played against Axl in one sitting since I played Guilty Gear. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, Axl players not trying to play against Millia players like ever, basically. So it's just a long session. Character. Yeah, he's a rare character though. He's a rare character. So, but yeah, he's around here or maybe slightly lower in my opinion. All right, who's next? Who's next?
All right, gotta gas up my boy. If I wait any longer, I think I'll be too much of a down player. I think it's good. I actually think Faust is quite good. He struggles versus, you know, the characters, like a few of the characters above him. I think he does fine versus May personally. I feel like he would do fine versus Giovanna, like just on paper. I feel like that'd be good.
Yeah, on paper.
Yeah, I feel like he'd do fine versus. He probably does very good versus Eno as well. But yeah, like I think he's quite strong. The biggest problem with Faust, and it's the thing that everyone's been complaining about, is the trumpet. I actually think trumpet is such a polarizing item. Like your basic strategy, right, as Faust in this game, is when you get that full screen range, you kind of just cycle through the items. It's totally different than before. It's much more like item focused, I'd say. And he, you know, if you get a hammer, if you get a bomb, if you get mini Faust, you kind of just go to the next item, like, because they can't mess with them. And if you get meteors, yeah, you know, you just do many items over and over. And I think the biggest thing that just like stops that completely is like, yo, you got trumpet, and it kind of they buffed it a little bit. It falls later, which is helpful, right? Because Faust can kind of like react to that, but it can totally turn around the whole game. It really sucks. I feel like they put the item in there and they were just like, this would be funny, right? Like, wouldn't it be cool if there was like a trumpet item? Yeah, let's put that in. And now they're just like,
what happens right now when he takes the trumpet, and what happens when the opponent takes the trumpet?
It's the same effect both ways. So if the opponent gets the trumpet, they get the mini Faust stampede that just runs at them, and Faust like has to jump or, you know, just block the mini Faust. Sucks. And when Faust gets it, it's the same thing. But he throws the trumpet outwards, like pretty far out there. So depending on the situation, like it can be pretty crappy for Faust. I feel like the times where it's nice, where it's like, oh, I'm like winning right now, right? Like I have the offense, like I have like an item already out. I got trumpet, I'm good, I can get it. But in the situation where it's like kind of neutral-ish, getting trumpet in that situation really sucks. It really can turn the whole game around on you. Outside of that, you know, his normals amazing, scalpel pull amazing. He has all like the classic really strong Faust things. I think his tornado move has like a lot of potential as well. His solo damage is actually like solo damage. I'm too much Dragon Ball. His damage is actually quite good. Assuming they keep his loop, that I think is like a glitch right now, because if you DI the tornado in a certain way, it lets you loop it into more tornadoes, and it looks like it's a glitch. So I don't know if it's gonna stay in the full version, but we'll see. If it does, that's really good for him, because it does a lot for his damage output. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put him up here.
Yeah,
I think he can go up as well. I think he can go up as well.
I put him around there too. As far as the trumpet, I think item throw characters can hold that, and they've been partying for like a decade with their broken items. So having just one where the opponent can take it, I think is okay.
Okay, all right.
Since they've been having a huge party. I don't know if you played Rev 2.1, but Faust has the jackpot item, so he's got
I'm familiar.
The Final Fantasy 7, the black materia. Meteor as a move. He's got a gold hammer that instant stuns you, or like stuns you know, the next hit, you know, or like an ACR. He's got like mini Potemkin. He's got mini Robokai that the opponent can't do anything about. So I think one time, one item that, especially when he's throwing out all this nonsense on the screen, just one thing for like a poor character, like say Potemkin, or like someone like that who can't ever like approach, just giving them a little juice with that trumpet, I think is okay. I think that's fine. I think that's
that's all. Telling me how you feel. Telling me how you really feel.
I gotta say.
Telling me how you really feel. I see how it is.
You didn't play. You. I don't know when you chose the path of the item. Like, this is new to me. This side of ApologyMan, this is new. This is not normally. You should be playing Nagoto Yuki or something. Then you played Piccolo and everything changed. Like, everything changed when you played Piccolo. You're like, what? This thing just moves at my opponent and I don't have to do anything? Oh, and then that was it. That was it.
Oh,
Your
man.
heart changed totally after that day.
Legit, I didn't play Guilty Gear like that hard in the past. I just played Faust because it didn't require a whole lot of training mode and practice on my part, so I could just play with my local scene whenever I wanted. And then over time, I was like, this character's really fun. Every match is really different. This is cool. But yeah, that's okay. Okay, I see how you feel. His plus R items are very good. To be fair, I totally do get that. Like they're very very good. They're always good.
Basically all the game's items are really really good.
Yeah,
Every single game's items are really good. It's fine for the one time. I think it's reasonable.
Okay.
Anyway,
it's okay.
Do you have anyone else in the I tier?
Yeah,
right
it's
now?
familiar there. It's familiar there. Tell me how you feel.
Oh, this is a hot
about
take.
that.
This is a hot take. I might. I don't know about this one. I don't know about
You
this
know
one.
about this? Okay. Let me know how you
I don't know
feel.
about this one. I mean, no. Let me know how you feel. You know where she belongs for real.
So she got nerfed like a fair amount from like the past beta, correct? Like
I don't know.
Oh no.
This is what I can contribute about Millia.
Yeah,
I turned on the Strive beta and I was like, man, can't wait. Strive open beta 2. I wonder what they changed about my girl Millia, right? Then within about 15 minutes, a bunch of people came in my stream chat saying, hey, she's nerfed and she sucks now. What are you going to do? And I said, I don't know. And then for the rest of the weekend, I was like, I guess she sucks. Everyone tells me she sucks. And I even tried to say, I really tried to say like, hey guys, I think she's good. But like in the whirlpool of Millia is bottom 4 or bottom 1, like, I mean, majority rules, right? Like you have to put her, the question mark tier is Millia tier.
Yeah,
that's what that's for.
I just kind of put her there. Okay, all right. You know, I don't really have strong opinions about her. I'm gonna be honest with you. Her anti-air buff, very nice for her. She's definitely it's a big thing she struggled with in like the last beta. I think like anti-airing consistently. I remember you complained about. No, you said she. God damn it.
I don't know. She was pretty good at anti-airing in the last beta already, and then they buffed her 6p, and I was like, okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I poured my heart out about Faust to you, and this is how you treat me. All right, I put her in the question mark. Like
I said, again, I'm defending myself. I would actually put her where like Zato is, personally. Okay. But the thing is, it's majority rules. Every time I try to say it, people just tell me she sucks. So like, she has to suck, right? Like, I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
People just keep telling me she sucks over and over. And
potential is there. Okay, the potential. It's all about the potential, right?
I don't know. Everyone tells me she's bad. Like for example, so like I don't know. So they buffed her 6p out of control. It's better than Rev 2.1. Her close slash is still one of the best anti-airs in the game. Her JS is one of the best airverse arrows in the game. She has real mix-ups. They buffed her H disc. So now her if you don't have a DP and she knocks you down with sweep, the round can end. She can control whether or not she stays mid-screen or breaks the wall when she hits you. Her meter gain is better because everyone's meter gain is better, and that always benefits Millia, but she sucks. Oh, she has the 5k delay stagger that's also jump cancelable, bad moves and instant overhead.
Oh yeah, the 5k
septum, her super is plus on block. She has a jump heavy that crosses up, and having a cross up normal is a deep hitting, like a deep hitbox. Also, cross up hitbox on a jump in is even more important now because of the landing recovery change. So some people complain about this, some people didn't. So BlazBlue players, we were ready, right? So when some people are doing like rising JS and they're trying to land, BlazBlue players, we're already doing 2K, we're already doing 2P. We played this game. We know how this game works, right? Yeah, if you haven't played a game with rules like that, you're just like, this is such a garbage change. But what happens is you just have to use your air normals more carefully. You have to take into account that like, hey, if you miss or if you don't do it deep enough, then your opponent's gonna have options that they don't normally have. So she has all the air options she really needs. They buffed Capel. They buffed and nerfed Capel. They less recovery, but she can't like air dash after it. It would be very nice if they let her air dash after it. So please, Arxis, that would be nice. But yeah, I mean, despite all these amazing things, she sucks. So I mean, you gotta put her at the bottom, I guess. Where she belongs.
Yeah, it sounds like she needs more, you know?
She needs a lot more.
She needs a lot more.
She needs a lot more. I mean, but again, disclaimer, I feel like she is strong and still has a ton of potential, but people told me that she sucks. So she sucks. So she goes at the bottom. In my opinion, you can put her wherever you want, but
okay.
this isn't just yours. This is really yours.
This is ours. This is our team, not tier list. This isn't a tier list.
Our not tier list. You gotta put her where she belongs. Put her in Millia where she belongs.
Oh God, fine.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Who's next? Who's next?
Next I'll just put Leo. I think it's I think Leo's good. I think he's quite strong. I think he's just like kind of middle of the pack. Like he's just a solid ass character, you know? He's he's a gorilla, obviously, he gets in there, mixes you up. But I don't really have many strong thoughts about him. I just think he's a strong, solid character. Honestly.
Yeah. Same thing really. I think he is hit by the system a little bit. Mostly that he's easier to anti-air than before. Literally last patch you could not anti-air him. It was just not possible to do. Now it's like more consistent. I don't think the cross up move combo thing is like, you can call that a nerf, but like, come on, dude, like he was not supposed to have that.
No, that was
obviously he was not supposed to have that, right?
Yeah,
so,
he never had that before. Come on.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I kind of agree. Like he's like a middle of the pack character. Like once he gets you blocking, it's over type. But the game has enough stuff to protect you that like he kind of has to earn it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
Anyone else in I?
Let's put this guy. Yeah.
Ooh, Potemkin.
Yeah, I think he's. So he got probably the most nerfed in this beta of any character. The big nerf was the Hammerfall and the Mega Fist for sure. They're like actually like punishable now, which is great because you can't just do it. The Jump H nerf was pretty severe as well, like the hitbox on it. I still think he's good though. Like when he gets going, like he's supposed to be kind of like a bulldog. Like he's a grappler, he's got to take his time and kind of get in there. Yeah. And then he SPDs you. And like I said, like grabs, if you got a grab that leads to like a good situation, grabs are good in this game. They're really good in
this game. Yeah.
So and guess what? He's a grappler. So it should be harder for him to get in than it was before. And they nerfed the whiff, like the recovery on his jabs as well. Mm-hmm. Which I think was pretty absurd before. But yeah, I still think he's good. I know a lot of people have been putting him here, but I think he's fine. I think he's fine.
He's basically around there. I definitely think he's near the bottom of the characters right now, but he still has all this stuff, or at least the core things that he needs without being too out of control, right?
Yeah.
He can get in, he's got good pressure, he works his way in. He builds a lot of meter. It's hard to crank up his risk gauge. If he breaks the wall, he's got like a move to just get it back in. He's got Hammerfall, has armor, so he could just get back in there if he wants. Or he will honestly probably have the meter to break the wall by then because he just builds a lot of meter. He's basically where I think he belongs here. So pretty good tonight. Okay,
for sure. So
are we still an I?
We're still an I. We're still an I. Chip. I think Chip is kind of good. I think he's kind of good. Yeah. I watched a little Sabito. He's kind of mixing, kind of getting in there. Obviously, the big thing everyone's complaining about him, and it's just the story of Chip, right? He explodes. Like he has no health. He dies.
It was quite funny to see new Chip players be like, "There's no way this is okay," and I'm like, "You're just." Sorry, dude. This is the path you chose. It wasn't that I was coming at Chip players. I lived that life too. I live that life too. I do play Millia. I barely have more life than he does. Like she's just wearing a coat and he's not. That's the only difference in their defense, like straight up. So I live that life too. This is the path that we chose, and when our life bar is deleted like that, it's our fault. Unless it's against Alpha, then it's her fault.
Then it's her fault? Okay.
Yeah, then it's her fault. But besides that, it's our fault. It's our fault.
Can I join the club? Faust doesn't have a whole lot of health either.
No, it's okay. He's fine.
Can I join?
No? That's not how that works, buddy.
No? Okay. That's fine.
You're close, though. Because he has meme combos. You can meme combo him, but like, no, it's not the same.
No? All right.
It's not the same. Until you get hit by 2H Heavenly and die, it's not the same.
Okay. Yeah. So, all right. Now we're in the needs more list. I'm going to put Anji here.
Anji needs more?
Yeah, it seems like his Fujin follow-ups like aren't that good. Like they seem like they have like a lot of counterplay. That's just from what I've just been seeing for it. I played against it a decent amount. He has a 6-frame problem as well, which is pretty shitty. Dude, I really think it's such a huge problem if you don't have Like if you're fastest normal 6 I think it hella sucks. So I don't think I think his Fujin follow-ups are pretty. They're not as good as I think like past gears. And he has a 6 frame.
It's toned down. The low follow-up is just straight up safe. To my not maybe like a super character like Soul can punish it, but as far as I know, you can't punish it. The overhead is like that's a big punish. Like if they block that, that's a big punish.
Yeah.
The fan follow-up seems to be safe slash it's plus question mark, like I'm not sure.
So I've seen a lot of counterplay for the fan follow-up though.
Oh, and there's he has the hop follow-up too. So that thing, even in ACR there was counterplay to it, and it's a very when they added him, I was like, oh, like this is such like a good pick with how they think about characters and how like the characters are in the game right now, because that whole fusion follow-up thing is just that's such a Dragon Ball move, like straight up.
Oh yeah.
Like straight up, like you've got the safe exit that like doesn't really give you anything, but if you're willing to take a risk, like sometimes you can get like either a whole other turn or like a big combo, or at least create like a good neutral situation depending on what you want to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel like the
armor
weighted
is really good in this game too, by the way.
It is true.
Guard point. I shouldn't even call it armor. It's like a guard point slash like a catch, like a Hakumen style catch. Like you can't do anything. Like you can't, when he catches you, you can't do anything. You just have to pray that you did a fast move, like, and that's it.
Yeah, no, for sure. The spinny moves pretty annoying as well. Its damage is great. It's very very good. That's definitely one of the biggest things I like that's going for him. But yeah, right now I just don't. I think the weighted RPS after Fujin it could be a tiny bit better. I think it could be slightly better. I think maybe improving the fan follow up maybe would be a little bit better. I think he needs a tiny bit more, just a bit more in the tank. But yeah, the last character I think everyone kind of expected this is Nagori Yuki. A lot of stuff from this dude, man. I don't really know why they came at him like that.
What's funny about this character is that I played against him in the last beta. He had problems. Then I played against him in the beginning of the second beta, and I was like, oh, he looks okay. And I didn't play against him for the rest of the beta, right? I only played him legit like hour 1. Okay, playing the games, and I was like, oh, he looks fine. Last day of the beta, where I'm like, oh, he looks all right. I'm getting destroyed. Like, yo, he sucks. What do you mean? They nerfed all his stuff. He sucks. And I was like, okay. I have no idea.
Maybe I'm a little biased because I think Faust is really good versus him. I played Fame like a little bit, and I don't know. It just feels like the Blood Rage, like they're really trying to like balance in a way to give him ways to manage like his blood meter, and I don't think it's as good as it can be right now. Like they could improve a few things. Like they really want you to command grab them. Like they really want you to command grab them, which is I didn't like that they got rid of the super wall break, and then it would kind of stop his blood rage. I didn't think that was like that good of a change. But yeah, I just think he needs a couple tweaks to kind of make him work well, because he's a pretty interesting character. His design is pretty unique, and I think they're definitely just trying to figure it out. You know, they're trying some stuff, and I think they're close. I think they're pretty close.
I think he's gonna be polarizing no matter what, honestly.
Yeah, that's just how he is.
He can't move. He can't move. So like Axl's gonna beat him. Faust's gonna beat him.
Oh yeah. So yeah, exactly.
Like, wreck him.
No, for sure, exactly. So there's bias, right? Even like both for both of us, right? From our character perspectives, like just there's gonna be some biases in like how we perceive the character just from like how we fight them. But yeah, it's like pretty solid list.
Good. Yeah, this is pretty good. You got Bro,
Too Hot,
Knight, Needs More, and Millia at the bottom. So ApologyMan does not think she's there, nor do I. That's just the majority. That's what the people have spoken on.
Oh man, you're writing this book right now. You are right in the narrative. You are right in the narrative.
You need to read read the YouTube comments about Millia, dude. Read them, please. They're telling me that she's bad. She's bad. It's fine.
Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed that not tier list for the Guilty Gear Strive beta. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, and stay tuned for more.